So, see, you keep inspiring me. You really do. Okay, so now we go back to our studies. And we're talking about, if you remember, how to reach Samadhi. That we did in Book 3, Sutra 3. And Sri Patanjali gives us ways of finding our peace. Again, what is Samadhi to you? Sri Patanjali describes it as what?
Total absorption in a superconscious state.
Yes, total absorption in a superconscious state. What does that mean to you? Anybody, even if you're not doing the course, this is for everyone. What does that mean to you?
Freedom.
I love that. Moksha. For me, that means freedom from desires, freedom from worries, freedom from the body, absorbed in that state of super consciousness. And that peace, for me, it's that peace, you know, or that unconditional love. For me, God is unconditional love. But you have to know what it is for you. Yeah? So that is Samadhi. What are you looking for, Rick? I can help you.
Where we can find this sutra?
Oh, it comes when you go
8 limbs.
The 8 limbs.
Oh, okay.
75.
Oh, okay, because I was confused because you were talking about Book 3.
No, Book 3 was the Samadhi. That's
Okay.
where he tells you how to reach Book 3, Sutra 3. Right? Is about Samadhi. Then we go to Book 1, Sutra 21, and he tells us the keen and intent practitioner is one who will reach this. How?
Very quickly.
So you want your peace, you want your absorption. If you're keen and intent, you'll get there. How keen are you? I spoke about Papa Ramdas last week, right? Did I speak here on Wednesday? I have no idea. Well, here?
Yeah.
Papa Ramdas was so keen that everything to him was Rama, Lord Ram. So his mantra was Ram. So somebody, he was like a sadhu, like I told you, in a train station, and he went all around India, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, he reaches another train station stop called Jhansi. When he gets there, he's thrown out of the train, because the station master said, how come you don't have a ticket? How come you don't have a ticket? He goes, I'm a sadhu, I have no money. So the station master throws him out of the train. So he goes, oh, how nice. Lord Rama is throwing me out of the train because I wonder where Lord Rama wants to take me. So he stops in this station and he sits there. A few minutes later, a chap comes to him. He said, a friend wants to meet you. So Papa Ramdas is saying, oh my God, Ram is speaking to me. Ram wants to see me. You know? So he goes with this, Ram is taking me to this man. So this man is a Muslim. And this man is, I want to make you into a Muslim. And he goes, oh, but I love Muhammad. All roads go to God. So this Muslim is so impressed with this Hindu. So he takes him home. He gives him clothes. He feeds him. Gives him a bath. He goes, oh, God, you're so great, amazing grace. Oh, your grace, your grace. You see, Ram, you do everything. So one moment he's being beaten and thrown out. Ram is doing it. The next minute he's been clothed. Ram is so kind in doing it. So his constant prayer all the time is that, what's he doing? Living in the moment in Ram. Ram to him is God. It's like Mother Teresa, living in the moment with the divine by constantly having that in your mind. Something bad is happening to you. God is doing it great. What am I going to learn from this? Modern language, what do I want to learn from it? But what do? We analyze modern civilization. Analyze. But I have to learn this, I have to learn. Leave that. Ram will teach you it too. You don't have to memorize. You don't have to learn. You don't have to keep going in your head, what did I do? What did I do? If you keep quiet and just say, this has happened, I will learn. I will know what I need to learn. It's come to me. And then answers keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. They keep coming. keep coming. They do, even at the worst situations. I remember the worst thing that ever happened in my own personal life is the death of my husband, right? And everybody said, but why, but this, but why, and the doctor, and this, and his family, and Nalanie, and this, and that, and everybody. And can't you do this, and can't... It is the way it is. We all have to die one day. Of course I don't want him to die. Who wants that pain? Of losing somebody you love so much. Who wants it? But it is the way it is. God sent it. It's all God anyway. I'm going to die too. So it so happened I'm so grateful that I have the knowledge to help him through it. And I was full of gratitude, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful. I didn't have to ask why. Very soon after, 5 or 6 people lost their partners from cancer suddenly. And it all got better because they saw I could get better. So I gave them hope. 2 months later, I had to go to Portugal to speak. I spoke on death and dying. And I spoke about the whole process of my husband's death very, very clearly, very succinctly. Everybody in the room was crying. I wasn't. I was fine. Shanti was there. Yeah? And there was a gentleman who came to me and said, you know, I lost my wife 5 years ago. I'm still not healed. And he said, I wish I'd met you 5 years ago. I wasted 5 years of my life. I should have set her free and set myself free. But I tied her down, and I tied myself down. She wouldn't have wanted it. And then I said, don't thank me, thank my husband. His life was sacrificed for me to give you this talk. So he's freed you, not me. And then there was another lady who had lost her husband also from cancer a year ago. Angry, in the process of losing her entire family. Because instead of bearing the grief, she got angry. So the children suffered, the children were picked on, ignored. The whole family was screamed at because she was angry, she was still angry. And what happened? The whole family was collapsing. Instead of getting the family together, because the death is so horrible, the whole family was collapsing. The children lost not only their dad, they were losing their mom now, because she wasn't with them. She was always in her grief. She came after the talk and said, oh my God, what have I done to my children? Because I brought up the aspect of my children in this talk. I said, don't thank me, thank my husband, thank my children, because they taught me. And then if you're just patient, you realize everything is got a purpose, a higher purpose. It doesn't matter if it's so horrible. It's always going to be so horrible. There is suffering. But it's also always going to be so beautiful. It's like the rose with the thorns. They're side by side. This is the world. This is the world we live in. You cannot escape that. But what you can do is transcend it. By just saying, okay. And being patient. And time, and no, why this, why? Do you see what it does? It makes you agitated, it makes you stressed, it makes you angry, it makes you, I want this to go away now. It's not going to go away. You can scream, and the more you want the pain to go away, the longer it stays, because you know why? What you resist will persist. But what you accept, in time, the pain will go by itself. It will go by itself. Grace, and that's why I wanted her to sing Amazing Grace today. Not because I thought about it, because I was seeing Poppy in my house, and Shanti said Sammy had a beautiful voice, so we'll get her to sing later. And so I said, no, we should have some singing today. And then Sammy mentioned Arti. And I go, yes, long time I haven't heard her sing Amazing Grace. She sings it beautifully. We got to sing it today. Do you see how it works? No planning. God guides you each time. The higher intelligence, I love your word, higher intelligence. It's wonderful. It's a higher intelligence. If we have a low intelligence, we have a high intelligence. The higher intelligence will bring us to our divine qualities, kindness, compassion, acceptance. The lower intelligence will take us to our worst qualities, complaining, anger. And when we're in those qualities, we're not happy. We don't like ourselves. We don't like ourselves. We get agitated. We get in pain. You go, oh, I want to get out of this pain. I want to get out of this pain. And it doesn't make you bad, no, it makes you painful. So what do you have to do? Get out of the pain, you know? Make myself peaceful. You know, you so rightly said, so much stress at home, I just wanted to come here to get myself balanced. See, you know what to go for. That's using high intelligence. If I can't do it myself, I'm going there, getting some time out, and getting my balance back. Because these things will shake you. They will shake you. Get your balance. Always get your balance back. When you feel like this, look for balance. Wherever you can, anybody that can balance you, anything that can just balance you. Don't ask to be happy. That's asking for too much. Too much too soon. We're not going to be happy after a terrible situation so soon. Don't ask for happiness. Ask for balance. May I get my balance back? And this is the sutra that we're going to come to today. What happens when you're out of balance? You know, Sri Patanjali tells you what stops you from reaching samadhi. He lists certain obstacles. We studied them last week. What are they? You need to memorize this. There are 9. Disease, dullness, doubt, carelessness or laziness, yeah, and then sensuality, false perception, failure to reach firm ground, and falling from ground gained. Now this is very common in a spiritual aspirant. I'm working so hard, but I'm not getting anywhere, Nalanie. Normal. Sri Patanjali tells you it's normal. Keep going. You have to practice for a long time without a break, with all your heart. Yes, you got it. He says, don't worry about it. Just keep going. This is normal. And then when you get there, you sometimes say, oh, I've got it. I really understand God is everywhere and everything. I really got it. I really do. On the days, yeah, you feel like, oh, I'm never going to forget this. And then tomorrow comes and I've lost it. How did I lose it? I knew it so well 3 days ago. I felt that energy. Where's it gone? Falling from ground gain. These are the distractions of the mindset. Don't get distracted when you fall. Sri Patanjali tells you this is going to happen. It's normal. But don't allow it to distract you. How don't you allow it to distract you? By seeing whatever is distracting you. Whatever it is, a job, a person, a home, a circumstance, try and separate and watch it. Don't call it your problem. The problem that has come to me. It's not my problem, but the problem has come. Separate. Kind of separate. Balancing is separate. Watch it. Watch yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Watch it. Oh no, my mind is so jittery. Oh, I'm really stressed today. So what should I do if I'm really stressed? Stay in a room. Friday I felt like that. And what did you say? No, next time I've never heard you talk like that. I had 3 kids at home, and my special needs, I don't know how my daughter does it. 2 hours to feed her dinner the night before, 2 hours to feed her breakfast, because she doesn't eat, and she can't afford not to eat. So 2 hours to get food inside her, then you make the food, then she doesn't like one, and you try another, the whole morning in the kitchen. I was really ready to give my daughter back, this baby. So I don't know how you do it, every single day of your life. And I after a long time I felt distressed, and and a friend came over and said, oh my God, you're really stressed, I've never seen you like that. I said, I'm really stressed, but I'm okay. I'm okay with the stress. I understand why it is, I accept it, it will pass. And then within 1 hour it went. Because why? Acceptance. It is. I didn't say, no, I'm a yoga teacher, I can't be stressed. I'm totally stressed. I'm really worked about my granddaughter. And I'm thinking, my poor daughter, how does she do it? And when you're doing it yourself, you really think. And of course, the worry for her, immediately. And then I said, why did it go? You know what? Grace, she has her own grace. She has her own grace, she has her own power. Why should I worry? Am I crazy? Have I lost my balance? Is God not with her? Yes, as much as God is with me. Take a deep breath. Over. Stress over, headache over, everything over. Let's get back to work now. Do you see? That's how you work at it. Everything in life shows you that it's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Accept it and do something about it. And you know, that's always the only solution that I really, really can understand that works. God's plan is perfect. Accept it. There's no other solution. Because sometimes there is no solution, right? Sometimes it really is no solution. So what do? Don't break your head anymore. There's no solution. Be free. Be free. Moksha. How do you be free? You know that God is looking after everything and everyone. And it's all for the good. Our master used to say, which I love, it's all its form. It's all its name. It's all its deed. And it's all for good. That's it. It's all for good. All for good. Things are happening in the Middle East now. Things are happening in the world now. For what? For good. People want democracy. Every time you have a change, the earth shifts. Literally. In Japan. Literally. But if they don't do that, these dictators are in power, 20 years, 40 years, 30 years? So many decide. That's their soul's decision to sacrifice their life to free their country. For them, the soul knows it's no big deal. The mind and the body thinks it's a big deal. We think it's a big deal. But the soul doing that job and dying for a cause, that's their job done, finished. That was what they came to do. They done it. So when you see it on that level, it's all for good. It's all for good. Anyway, you can't control any of it. What you can do is send great energy and love out. Don't send fear and worry out. Please, there's enough of it in this world. There's enough. Because as you think,
so you can manifest.
So instead of saying, oh, why is this happening to the world and what can we do, getting nervous, may they be filled with peace and joy, love and light. See the light fill the whole of the Middle East. May all the politicians be blessed so that they can see the truth. You know, see that they're killing their own people. You know, may they have the vision to see God. That's all you do. That's all you can do. At least maybe one good energy will go somewhere. Maybe you'll save one life with that thought. We don't know. We don't know. Okay? But don't worry. There's enough. So that is the secret of these obstacles. And here Sri Patanjali tells us in the next sutra, Sutra
51, page 51.
Thank you, page 51.
Isn't even thinking, may I ask something, Nalanie?
Pardon?
May I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Even thinking of wanting to send light to a politician, wouldn't that also be changing the course of God if that's what's meant to be happening?
Oh, I don't even think like that. If the thought comes to me to change the life of the politician, means I have to do it, full stop.
Say that again, sorry?
I don't even think like that. For example, the thought comes to me, I tell you, this thought comes to my mind, that let's send light to the politician. That thought has come. I don't have any expectations on that thought. I just transmit the thought. Full stop. I don't even think the way you're thinking. Are you trying to change the world? Or are you trying to move it? No. Where did the thought come from? Does it cause any harm? Doesn't feel like it. I don't even think that. It just comes and I say it. Because already I know the thought is a pure thought. It's not one that's coming from a place of, oh, I would like to make this. No, it's no I. It's disconnection from the I. It's a thought that comes, may the entire universe be filled with peace and joy. There's no personal in it. You never take it to the personal level. You get caught.
Thank you.
Okay, good question. Very good question. You don't even, the moment you take it to, I am doing this for the world, you have got caught. You're in big trouble. You can't do anything. You can't control it. May. The higher intelligence knows it's all for good. May.
The expansion of goodness, yeah?
May. May. That's all. May this happen. And if it doesn't, the word may is no expectations in it. But at the same time, it's very positive. May you have a great day. You put a positive energy in the seed of somebody's mind, in the mind of the intelligence. Right? May, oh, I'm really having a bad day. Wow, may tomorrow be better. What are you going to think? Tomorrow's going to be better. Oh, she wished me well. You feel good. There's a thought, there's a feeling that somebody really wishes you good on a bad day. Already change your energy field. Do you think about it? No. If it doesn't come, you don't say it. If it's not sincere, if you don't wish the person a good day, you just keep quiet. God hasn't asked you to say it. So just keep quiet. Don't be insincere. But if it comes, many people do the opposite. They think very good thoughts. I don't know why human beings are really odd. Because when they think a bad thought, they say it and they hurt someone. They hurt someone. When they're angry and they think a bad thought, immediately the words will come out to hurt the other person. Right? And then when they think something good for somebody, they're too shy to say it.
It's true.
Why?
It's funny, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because sometimes I hear you people thinking nice things about somebody else. You can hear your thoughts. And I go, and then I see you sitting there thinking a nice thought, but you won't go over there to say the nice thought. I don't interfere because it's not my place. But why don't you do it? I can feel you feeling it. Sometimes I feel you want to hold somebody's hand. Oh, but you're too embarrassed. Because maybe I look a little silly. You know? But you want to. Yeah. But you want to. I can feel you want to. But it has to, you're not shy to say something horrible, but you're shy to say something good. She felt like stroking it.
I did. I really like stroking it,
Then I sort of do things like that, don't I?
Yes, because, you know, as Kamala and Shanti are serving more and more, and you feel the sincerity, you can't help but love them more and more. Right? Isn't it true?
Yeah.
I see. Shanti, can I carry your bag? Kamala, do you need this? You know why? Because as they are working more and more with the high-end, which is service, because both of them don't get anything from me. Poor guys, even to get an email is one sentence back. Should I do this, send this? Can you do this poster? Is it okay? Oh, wrong date. Can you change it? That's it. Too much to do. I can't write long emails. I'll give you one-liners. But they do it from their heart to serve everybody. And of course, that energy is a higher energy. And when you feel that higher energy, automatically somebody will be sad, like, Shanti, can I carry your bag? Automatically, somebody will say, can I do this for you? Because they feel that higher energetic feel. They don't even know why. They don't even feel like carrying something for her, but they can't help it. Some force stronger than them making them say, who is making, that's what Papa Ramdas was teaching us. That's the story. Who is making you say it? Say it. As you think it, you just say it. The control is over the demonic values that say horrible things. That is pratyahara. Control that. Why? Because that brings cause and effect in a very negative way. But don't control something that will bring the cause and effect in a positive way. Because first, you learn to train the mind positive. After that, you don't have to train it to do anything. Once you've trained it, by itself, the mind will become neutral. Don't try so hard. You just practice. The day will come when you want to be horrible. Maybe sometimes you need to be rude to get people to shift. You know, it's true. Sometimes you're too polite, people don't change. For themselves, they don't get better. So sometimes you need to be sharp. Don't judge it. Okay, God made me sharp. Why am I sharp? Because I love this person. You know, oh, I'm sharp. Oh, so much thinking. And that thinking becomes personal. Then the person will feel hurt. Because now, it's coming from a personal place. I get irritated, I this. But if you're sharp at someone, because you really know that they're doing this action and is getting them the same again and again and again and again, it's because you love them. Not because you want something from them personal. See, personal desire, that's where you get in trouble. It's not personal. Don't you know if you do this for you, this is not going to be right. For you. But I tell you nicely, do this, and you don't listen, then you come. And then sometimes people listen. So show them. Sometimes you have to. What can you do? And if they don't listen, that's not even in your hand. It's not even, but when you feel it, it's like that gift. I remember when I learned to do that, because when I first started spirituality, because these are obstacles, okay, these are obstacles. I was my husband and I had a discussion about the business, and I really, very strong, I used to give him advice because I used to work in the business, but he always say, never listen to me. What can you do? I'm not sure. And I knew it was going to make money for him. I knew it. And I said, you just always don't listen to me. And anyway, I was really angry. And I said, all I do is for your best. Work from morning till night for your best. I don't even get paid, and I work from 10 to 6. I get peanuts for my salary, Doesn't matter, he's my husband, I love him. My kids get educated, it's enough salary for me. I get a plate of food, it's enough salary for me. I don't need more than that, But then when he doesn't listen to an opinion, I was really angry, because I'm doing it for you. And then I got really angry. It's really not nice. And of course, I was on the spiritual path. Couldn't sleep the whole night, could I? I couldn't sleep. Why was I so horrible? Haven't I learned anything from my practice? Have I gone, Shri Patanjali slip from grounding? Oh my God, I'm terrible. All this self, I, poor me kind of thing. And then the next morning, I actually called Gurudev because I felt so bad. It's been a long time since I felt so bad. I said, Gurudev, I did a horrible thing. I don't know why I have to tell you, but you always tell me that to teach and to do this, because you always say, teach, give your classes, I was already teaching. I'm a hypocrite. I did this horrible thing yesterday. I am not fit to teach. And he goes, no, darling. He said, sometimes anger is necessary to move things. And he said, didn't you know that Lord Jesus, in the marketplace, in the church, when they were selling the goods, he even got so angry and he threw the tables. Sometimes. So when I closed the phone, I realized the anger I felt was given to me by the divine to shift. There was nothing I needed to worry. It was not done to her. And right after that phone call, husband wasn't speaking to me, of course. Husband walks in the room and he goes, I got a really good idea. We're going to follow your idea. I'm going to give it a try. And we're going to do this. And what do you think if I go to Hong Kong and we do this and we go to this supply and He went on like on a roll. You see, I had to get angry for him to prove to me he wasn't that bad. And after that, he listened to me more. So sometimes you have to see, it doesn't mean you have to get angry all the time, but you see you have to be, but I didn't know. I wasn't not so sure as I am today. I'm talking, this is experiences about 12 years ago. But of course, the longer you practice, the more strong you get, the more you don't worry about getting angry or not getting angry or people getting upset with you or not. You just start to, by itself, it drops you. Sometimes Shanti has seen some of the students get very angry with me. The other day I had a patient that was really trying her mother. Very rude to her mother, and I got very angry. So you don't speak to her like that. Enough is enough. She won't come and say, good, let her learn, let her burn. Because I know she loves me and I love her. But sometimes you need to do it. Everybody's so soft, poor thing. She's never going to learn, is she? Are we helping her? We're making her into a miserable girl, not a strong girl. Every little thing, boo-hoo-hoo. Mom's fault, dad's fault. So this is, so it doesn't matter. I had a good laugh after that.
Nalanie, can I ask you about worrying? Does
Yes.
it ever do any good?
Never.
Never. So
Never.
if worry comes, how to deal with it in the best way?
Worry will come to life because you are insecure about something. So you don't work on the worry, because the more you work on the worry, the more worried you will be. You need to find out what you feel insecure about. What do you feel in your life that is so insecure? Do you really believe God's plan is perfect? Are you doing anything that takes you towards that? You need to find out where the insecurity comes from. You really need to work on that. That's your message. Worry is a sign of insecurity.
Thank you.
And no faith in oneself also sometimes. Don't believe. Many times worry comes from self-sabotage. People, when they're just about to fly, start worrying and they bring themselves down. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Many times I've seen it just about, but I can't be that good. Phew, downhill. I've seen it, falling from ground game. You see that a lot. Trust is a big thing for worry. Trust. Have faith. But faith and trust without works is not valid. Have you understood that?
No.
No, so-
Trust and without work. Without work. You have to work. You have to work. So you need to do that. There are messages that the universe keeps giving us. So don't worry. As Gurudev said last week in his talk, I have it in my car. You want to borrow it? It's a really nice one. Oh, I didn't bring my car tonight. Tomorrow. Do you know that? I give in Shantis. It's called My Real Secret. Have you heard it? Okay.
With one the ashram. Isn't it when we got the ashram last time?
It's Ganesh gave it to me.
Yeah, I got
Ganesh
one,
gave it
yes.
to me.
It's good.
It's a beautiful one. It's Gurudev speaking on My Real Secret. I'll try and get it to you for Thursday. Tomorrow I'm in Jib all day.
Actually, I may have it in the car.
You have
Yeah.
one too? Will you lend yours?
Yes, it's
Okay.
it talks about somebody being happy out of that question. In there.
Yes,
yeah, I
yes,
love
yes,
that one.
yes.
It's good.
It's a good one. It's so simple. It's all about, it's all for good. It's really keep it really it's simple. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So will you lend it to me?
Yeah,
You
no
won't
problem.
forget
No,
tonight.
I'll go tonight. No
Okay,
problem.
thank you. So now, here Sri Patanjali tells us in Sutra 31. Can somebody read it, please?
Accompaniments to the mental distractions include distress, despair, trembling of the body, and disturbed breathing.
There you are. There's your physical. When you have any of these obstacles, what happens to you? I want you to repeat it. All of you read it together. Accompaniments.
of the mental
Distractions include distress, despair, trembling of the body, and disturbed breathing.
You all recognize that?
Yeah.
Losing balance right there. Now look how human beings haven't changed from 5,000 years ago. We're the same. Different era, different costume, different, much more comfortable rooms. I think we're
But
both
still the accompaniments are the
are
same.
there. Okay, so you know, so this is really good. The moment you start trembling of the body, watch it. Start to do something about it. Because you know, memorize these two sutras. You know, you're breathing, or you don't breathe at all. That's another one. When people are very nervous, sometimes they just come to my office like this. And what's wrong with you? I said, you know, you haven't breathed. I said, no oxygen going into your brain. No wonder your brain dead. There's no oxygen. How are you going to get better with this thinking? Breathe. That could be part of your problem. There's not enough oxygen. So you're stuck on this negative thought. And you're talking like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. You know what I mean? You've all seen it in yourself. And you will actually feel a constriction here in your chest and a pain in your stomach. I call it the ego sickness. Sometimes you feel like a bit like throwing up. That kind of feeling. You feel like you want to vomit. Especially when you go through a change in your life. You feel sick. You feel, I call it vomiting. Just feel, it's that kind of feeling here, and a strap here, and a head, a big headband, somebody just put a band on your head. And these are the feelings that you have. And watch out for them. Sri Patanjali tells us what to do with all these things, you know. Take a nice take a deep breath. Let's do one on. Take a deep breath. Sit up. Take a deep breath. All together, take a deep breath. Open your eyes. Steady, Aya. So, watch for these signs, these two sutras, please memorize. So when any of these things happen, you know exactly, okay, now we need to do quickly one breath and a deep Now, what next? And you know how to help yourself. You know, this is what I love so much about the yoga studies. You became your own, I became my own doctor, my own psychologist, my own physiologist, my own, what else? Nutritionist, yes. Oh, you become your own. You can help yourself. Who knows you better than you? Yeah, who knows you better than you? So get to know yourself. Get to really know yourself. Get to understand, you know. That's why asking questions like, you know, now what about worry? So obviously by asking that question, you are knowing yourself that this is a habit. Correct? She asked the question, but aren't you doing this? What is her habit? Always going back to, but what if I am doing it? And not trusting that God is going to work through you. See? Those questions that you ask tell you a lot about what you are and who you are. If you listen to your question, you will find your solution. Interesting. Trust. And both, finally the thing is trust and faith, right? For both. Isn't it interesting? The final thing, and this is what Papa Ram does, this is what all spirituality is about. The final thing is there's a higher intelligence. Trust, but it doesn't mean you don't do. You also have to do. What do you have to do? And that's the wisdom. You know that prayer? Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah? When to do the work is the courage to change the things you can. The wisdom to know when. When do I apply this? When do I apply that? That's the wisdom you develop. From the practice of the 8 limbs of yoga, the impurities dwindle away, and there dawns the light of wisdom, leading to discriminative discernment. So there's your answer. Practice the 8 limbs of yoga, and then the wisdom to know what action to take will come to you. But don't expect the wisdom without the work. Got it? That's the work. If you don't do the work, the wisdom will not come. You can come to a talk once a week thinking, oh, you'll be happy for 1 hour and then back to square one again and again and again. Unless you develop the 8 limbs of yoga and you practice it daily, daily, daily in your life. Daily. It can't be just once a week or twice a week. It's daily. And from daily and then, every hour.
So
Every
day
hour.
long, it's not even just meditation or...
That's easy. Meditation 1 hour is a piece of cake. Nothing. Easy. Who can't do that? It's not addicted to it, it's the best drug in the world. It's the best drug in the world. Which other drug will make you feel that you can sleep less hours a day, that you can do 30 jobs instead of 1 in a day? You know, which other thing that you do will give you that capability, that will make you better in every single aspect, keep you younger, keep you better, keep you healthier? Which other drug will give you what meditation can give you? None that I know of. None can give you that. And peace of mind on top of it. Wow. And connection with the divine grace on top of it. Wow. And 1 hour is too much. Oh, 1 hour is too much. But you know, Nalanie, I do it every minute of every day. Really? That's why you're still troubled? Do you see? Don't fool yourself. So an easy way is japa. That's why they say today's will. Japa, repeat a mantra, repeat a mantra. Why? When you repeat your mantra, what are you reminding yourself of? That's right, the higher intelligence. All the time you're reminding yourself, there's a higher intelligence by repeating a japa. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om. What are you telling yourself? What are you reminding yourself? Oh, thy will be done for a Catholic. Thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. Adapt, adjust, accommodate. Who are you adapting, adjusting, accommodating to? Life. What is life? Divinity. Who are you? Divine. All divine. And that's the practice, that's the constant practice. You can't even do 5 minutes in a day meditation. What are you telling me? You practice spirituality? Think again. Think again.
I think about it like going to the work. When you go to work every day, you get paid end of the month. If you take days off sick, it will be deducted from your salary. It's the same with this property thing, you know. You get reward end of the month if you do. If you take time off sick, you will get it. You sit.
From ground game.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Okay, Sutra 32. How are we doing for time? Good. Can somebody read this, please?
The practice of concentration on a single subject, or the use of one technique, is the best way to prevent the obstacles and their accompaniments.
Wow. The practice of concentration on a single subject, or the use of one technique. What a nice way. You know, Poppy, may I say what today about the study you were telling me? Can I mention that about the study? Poppy came to me and said, you know, in class sometimes, I don't know why I can't stay concentrated. The teachers are talking and my mind is everywhere. I'm thinking about tomorrow, thinking about yesterday. So I said, okay, let's train your mind. What do I do? So I took a flame to her and I said, now, every day, I want you to practice from today, looking at this flame for 1 minute.
Come on, Shanti. I can't believe you haven't lit the candles today.
I reminded her, right? Thank you.
How was your work?
Thank you, Shanti. Candles are lit. No, sorry. Poppy, there's your candles. And so she said, Mummy, why a candle? Yeah, and I told her very simply because the flame is light, and what light, represents all light over darkness, intelligence, light, feeling light. It represents all these things, nice things, knowledge. But I told her, you don't like to do that. Choose anything you like. Choose anything you like. And so I said, oh, any religious symbol? She goes, no, not for me. So I said, a flame. So she practiced it for a minute. And that's the practice. That's the practice on the single subject. This is what he's saying. And just now, when we're talking about trembling of the body, what do we do? Om. Now, if you're smart, you choose one. Now, what does Papa Ram Das do? Everything was wrong. Everything was wrong. Everything was wrong. And all his bhajans, all his songs that he used to sing, I'll tell you another story about him. Because as he was going through India, in one of the places, one of the people that just followed him, people just followed him as he was walking through. He was not looking. And everybody that followed him, he would call him Ram Sadhu. That means a priest from Lord Ram. So he had no names. If you read his little book, all the people that followed him were the same name, Ram Sadhu. He didn't care about their names. They were Ram. Lord Ram come to see him. He wasn't bothered about who they were or which they belonged to. They're rich or they're poor. They're all Ram, right? So one of these people gave him food and took him to a temple in the forest during the day. It's very small, like a kutir. Kutir is a place where you meditate. And he loved it. He just loved it. And they told him, no, we take you here to pray in the daytime. But you can't stay here at night because there are wild beasts and there's snakes and there's scorpions. And he says, but I love it so much, I want to stay here. You can't, it's not so. He said, Ram gives me this feeling of love that I want to stay here. Ram is making me stay here. I'm not frightened. And he stays there, and at night all the animals come right next to the kuti. None of them touch him. He said in the morning he gets up, there's scorpions under his little blanket that somebody had given him, very thin, coarse blanket. Not one of the scorpions stung him, and he goes, oh, Ram, you're so kind, the scorpions didn't sting me. Oh, Ram, you're so kind, the animals love me. Oh, God, you're so kind. There's a python right here in the kutir, and he's not biting me. You know? And they said, oh, truly everything is Ram. Truly everything is Ram. So one subject. One subject. One single thing in his mind. So choose a single thing in your mind and concentrate on it all day, and it will take you away from your obstructions. Watch it. It's really quite an incredible practice. Not so easy to do, but it's incredible. Gandhiji used the same. He used the same chant. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, right? All day. And other students used Shivaya, Shivaya. Others use Om. So you find your place and use the mantra, okay? And then you get you. This is the practice that will prevent the obstacles coming to you. Wow! Best way to prevent. Oh my goodness. Now if you're chanting all day long, and you know, I told the story about Gita with the Gayatri mantra, right? Do you remember it? Should I tell it again? And well, when I first met her many, many years ago, she wasn't as peaceful as she is today. But she had this thirst for God always, always, always. From the first day I met her, this thirst for truth, moksha, freedom, this thirst. But she had a very, as you can hear from her question, a mind that keeps questioning. But why? But this? But what? But that, the mind that God has given her, right? And at that time, her mind was more involved in negativity. Today, now, her questions are positive. That's the great shift that she has made. But it was all negative. Anyway, she came with us to the ashram, and of course, we were all going to sing for Gurudev. We went to America when he was alive, 18 of us. We did a retreat there. And they were going to sing for Gurudev the Gayatri mantra. So they were practicing. Every time they were not in a talk with me, they were practicing the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhumas. Anyway, she comes to my room and she goes,
and I had to catch up because they'd all been practicing for weeks and I'd flown from England, so I really had to learn it like in 48 hours or
that's
something.
right.
A new tune.
So you really focused.
All the time. I drove everybody mad with
the shower all over the place.
That's right, because you were in England and you came from England and they were all practicing into true. So that intense, your practice became intense. To the keen and intent practitioner, this samadhi comes very quickly. So she comes to my room, totally baffled. I never forget that. Can I talk to you? Yes, sure. She said, you know, Nalanie, since I've been here, I have not had one negative thought. And I go, wow. Maybe it's the ashram, you know. And then she goes,
it was like a magnetic field.
that's right, around you. Yeah, I remember your face, she was glowing.
I tried to get the negative thoughts in, but they would bounce.
Honestly, you know, to see that change change from somebody who's always so negative, you know. And I'm like, well, and there's so many things in those days. You never talk like that anymore. Interesting. So anyway, she came like that, and then she said, Nalanie, you know, I've been practicing the Gayatri mantra non-stop. Could it be that? Absolutely. Single thing from morning to night, even in her shower.
Really?
Yeah.
And really, it created that force field, like she said, that all the negative bounced. So look, can you see that? There's your, isn't it nice to have a solution? If you can't find a solution
Still
to
use it a lot, you know.
Yeah.
The shower.
So, you know, even Gurudev said there are many mantras you can learn and many techniques you can learn. You know, many. There's so much in the world. But try to stick to one thing. Many people go guru shopping or they go course shopping. I'll go for this course and then I'll have my peace. And then I'll go for this course and then I'll have my peace. Then I'll go for this course and then I'll be a really good yogi. By the time they've done 10 courses, they're still miserable. They're still not good enough. Every yoga teacher is better than them. They get disturbed when they meet a teacher that's better than them or somebody in their field that's better than them. I said, what if you've taken 10 courses to drive yourself crazy?
Confusion.
And then it's all about what you know and not what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. And I tell them, how many courses did you take? Really? To be very honest, I took the Raj Yoga only. I went for basic meditation, was cancelled. So, yeah, it was cancelled. I got to America and it was cancelled. So I got Raj Yoga and I didn't even take the Hatha because Gurudev just gave me the certificate and said, you are ready to teach. And the cardiac course. And then I took one yoga therapy course on the internet. Distance learning. Rubbish, I never even use it. I wasted 400 euros. And then you have to study meridian, shiatsu, etc. Well, very good. It was not rubbish. But what I'm saying is, it got me into mind stuff for 2 years when I was quite free. And that's what I learned. That's what I learned from it. There were so many meridians to study that I was going so crazy. And there was so much of this therapy and this therapy. And then they talk about the divine energy and they make it so psychological. God is so like, oh my God, God is odd. I was not comfortable. I got very confused when I took that course. So I thought, after this, no more. And I thought, well, I had to do it because people like to see on my wall that I have a yoga therapy diploma. But to tell you, the course that did the most for me in my entire life was this Sri Patanjali. And that's why I continue year after year after year sharing, because this and the Gita are the only things that really changed my life. But some people read like Eckhart Tolle and some of these, and that works for you. There's some really great, use what works for you. But notice that there should be a change in your life. Not that you're getting more peaceful. Now, if you take 20 courses, and you find that after 20 courses, it's given you the confidence and you're at peace.
Yes,
Wow, fantastic. Take 50 if you have to. Do you know? Because you are getting the best of each course. You're not troubling yourself over periphery matters. You're getting to the single thing in the course bringing you peace. That's different. That's really different. But if you take 20 courses thinking that it's going to get you closer to God, no. But you take 20 courses knowing that it helps you to focus on God. Yes. Take it.
But they all repeat basically what is in this book. All these courses. That's the book I have read.
Everybody's talking about the same thing.
Yes, exactly. It's all the same thing. All the same.
Every book I have read now, I think, but that's so and so sutra, because it's all it is.
So know yourself, right? Know yourself. If you want to be an expert in the field for the world, and that's your profession, take the courses. but don't let the courses disturb you. Got it? If that is your profession, you need to be good at your profession, and they're going to help you without disturbing you, take it. But if taking it makes you feel more insecure and drives you crazy and drives your whole family crazy, don't take it, because that's not the idea. And I see so many people doing this, and I go, well, you just spent 2,000 and you come back so unhappy. What did your 2,000 do for you? You know what? Why don't you go to India and do 50 operations? I bet you found your peace there. Or go next door to Morocco, or go help a friend who's really in trouble. That will give you more peace than that would have given you. Honestly, it would. So what are you going to do that brings you more peace? You know, you have to know what you want. You have to be very clear. That's what you have to do. That's the work you have to do. Very clear what you want. For me, it's very clear. Peace, freedom. I don't want anybody to bind me. I want to be free. What's that song by the Monkees? It was I want to be free. That's it. Yeah, freedom, freedom, freedom. Moksha. They call it moksha. Freedom from what? From yourself. Who binds you? You. Who forces you? You. Who says you have to do this? You. What's this saying? Single subject, focus, love, be free. And it prevents the obstacles. We make it very complicated. Sri Patanjali makes it very easy. Now the next sutra is again really important in your communication with the world. You see, Sri Patanjali now takes you to a very human level of communication. He, in the next sutra, they're called the 4 locks and keys. Can you all say it?
4 locks and keys.
And Sri Gurudev says, whether you are interested in reaching samadhi or plan to ignore yoga entirely, I would advise you to remember at least this one sutra. It will be very helpful to you in keeping a peaceful mind in your daily life. You may not have any great goal in your life, but just try to follow this one sutra very well, and you will see its efficacy. In my own experience, this sutra became my guiding light to keep my mind serene always. Who would not like serenity of mind always? Who would not like it? Who would not like to be happy always? Everybody wants that. So Patanjali gives 4 keys: friendliness, compassion, delight, disregard. There are only 4 kinds of locks in the world. Keep these 4 keys always with you. And when you come across any one of these 4 locks, you will have the proper key to open it. The 4 locks and 4 keys you all need to memorize. So the last 3 or 4, memorize them all. And Anastasia, that's for your talk next week, right? You know, what can you use? What's your title of your talk? What practices to overcome obstacles?
That is to reach samadhi. Yeah, well, yes. How
Yes.
to reach samadhi, I can't remember that wording, yes.
Yeah, something like that. So Sri Patanjali gives you many techniques here, and that's what there's this technique, or there's this technique, and there's this technique, and there's concentration on a single object. So next week when we come on Tuesday, you start talk 7 minutes. Kamala will be your timekeeper.
Can you pronounce them all? The Sukha, Dukha.
Sukha, yes, you can.
You burn. Can you pronounce them, please?
Yes, Maitri, Karuna, Mudit, Upakshana, Sukha, Dukkha, Punya, Punya, Vishayanam, Bhavanatas, Chitta, Prashadanam.
Wow.
How do you pronounce it?
Punya, Punya, Punya. That means,
Apunya.
yeah, Punya, Punya. See, the A is,
But you don't need to memorize the sounds.
no, you don't need to.
Punya.
She loves it.
I like it.
Yeah.
More we study this is like
Sukkam, happy. Sukka, happy. Okay, let's go to the 4 locks and keys. We have 10 minutes, so I'd like to cover at least the first one. Can somebody read this for me, please?
By cultivating attitudes of friendliness towards the happy. Shall I carry on?
Yeah, carry on.
Compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and disregard toward the wicked, the mind stuff retains its undisturbed calmness.
So, here's Sri Patanjali. It's telling you what are the 4 things. He's made it very simple for us, okay? What kind of people do you meet in your life? He's divided it very clearly. And the first type is he's saying is the happy person. What attitude should you adopt towards a happy person? Friendliness. What happens when most people see happy people? What do they say? From your experience?
Jealous.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're happy.
She's so fake.
They must, she's so fake.
Yeah.
I was told that for many,
So
many
what?
years. Yeah.
Thanks.
Many years. You can't,
Oh, she must be rich. Have a gorgeous white husband. You know?
yes, all that. So you see somebody has, pardon?
Oh, she must be religious.
Yes, yeah, all these funny things.
Funny,
Yeah.
happy.
They
When
told me I lost the plot.
Good, you'll be continuously told that all these funny things will be happening. But the real key to all this is when you meet a happy person, develop the attitude of friendliness. Because when you're friendly with a happy person, it's contagious. It's contagious. It is contagious. If you're with people who are happy, you get happy too. And instead of being jealous of them because they have this Rolls Royce or they have this beautiful house, and let them say, oh, share it. Let them share it with you. Be friendly with them. Why don't be with them because they have those things, but be happy with them. Be happy with them. I remember when I was in the garment business and I was selling designer clothes for 2 or 3 years, and one of my clients, just a brilliant client, my best client, and she had a huge villa, and she was so good to my husband and I, so good to us, that you're such a good client, so we'd always go out of our way to bring her clothes. We'd bring clothes in a suitcase for her to choose. She lived in Marbella, we lived in Gibraltar, because she was such a good client. So we gave the extra service, you know. We didn't charge extra, we said, no problem, we'll do it. So we'd finish work at 7:30 or 8, and we'd drive to her place, show her the clothes, and go back home. Because we just thought that was the way to do business, because she was such a good client. So she appreciated us so much that when Gurudev had his first visit to Spain, her huge villa, you know what she did right away? Oh, no, you have a very small apartment in Gibraltar, only 1 bathroom, 3 bedroom. You know, it's going to be very difficult for him. He can stay in my villa. You and Shanky can move in the week. I have brought chefs from England just to cook him food. Boy, was I grateful. I was so grateful. I kept on thanking her and thanking her. I was so grateful. Thank God she had those things and she was so willing to share it. And for me, I was just so friendly towards her because I was so grateful. The amount of work she saved me, the amount of time. Not only that, her husband insisted with my husband when Gurudev came to Malaga Airport to go in their Rolls Royce. And not only they wanted my husband Shanky to drive it, not their driver. They had a chauffeur, but they wanted Shanky to experience driving a Rolls. And my husband goes, I don't think so. And then when Gurudev got in the car and Rolls, Gurudev actually sat with Shanky in the front and he said, Shanky, driving very slow. Relax. Press the pedal. Yes.
It's like, I don't know if this is a Finnish thing, but at least...
Must be.
I I used to be at an early age, it was very difficult for me to accept that kind of things. You know, like if somebody would offer like this, it would be no, you know, I'm just fine, you know, I'm fine in there with my 3 bedrooms or whatever, you know. It would have been very difficult to accept that kind of
For you,
yeah.
maybe
Well,
for
okay,
you.
I have learned now, but you know, it's for some people, it's
Yeah.
not very easy. I think it's a skill to be able to also to receive.
No, I agree. I find it difficult to receive.
It's learning. It's a learning process. It's like
It is. Master once said to me, he said, Nalanie, you're good at giving, but you need to learn how to receive.
It's learning
Yes,
process.
and he was a master. He was a master at doing both. Just a master at doing both. Because if you read Papa Ramdas, the story that I'm reading, I read, and
master of receiving.
he was master of receiving everything, good and bad, both. You have to receive both, good and bad, right? So anyway, so that's one type. But also, on the other hand, you can see people who have nothing, and they're so happy. And you want to be friendly to them. Like, for example, I've been to India with my dad, and my dad did a lot of charity work there. One of the travels, there was this family, and they invited us to their home for a meal. And recently I saw another home like that Gita's supporting them now, the children education. The house was just this size. The kitchen maybe about here to here with a gas stove this size, okay? They invited my father, my mother, myself for lunch because my father had donated some money to the ashram. The table was the bed. We all had to climb on the bed. And they fed us with the most delicious food. And I said to Dad, go and eat this. He goes, keep quiet, Nalanie, why can't you eat it? I said, what are they going to eat all month? If this is all they have, they must have given the food. Oh, don't worry, eat it with great joy because you don't know how happy that makes them. So I was like, thank you. I was really happy. I was there. My father was translating in Hindi for me, and I just had such a nice time. The daughter came to play with me. They had nothing, but they had everything. And then obviously when we left, my father gave them enough, a gift. But I'll tell you one thing, they didn't really interested in that gift. In fact, they told my dad, no. My father said, you have to take it, it's a blessing. What was so beautiful was they had so little, and they were so happy, so happy to give it. That was their food for the month, and they were so happy to feed us. You should have seen the wife's face. She was glowing with serving us. And my father said, just receive it, just keep quiet and just say delicious, just say all these things. And friendly towards those people. I think I learned so much from them. And after that, if anybody comes to my house, they have to have any food they want. I'll never be miserly with food again, ever. And anybody comes home, and I love it when she comes home because she's always hungry. I'm so happy to
Take it to the kitchen.
And you came the other way. I'm so happy. Do you know? For me, it's so easy for those couple. They had nothing. For me, it's easy to do that. For me, it's easy. I can afford it. But for them, it was all they had. And they gave it with so much happiness. So much happiness. Then you think, what do we do in our world? You think we're good? Are we really good? Do we really do anything? It really makes you think. When you see the real happy people, you learn from them. When you're friendly, you can learn from them so many things. What I'm trying to show is the two different walks of life, both doing great good and service. I'm trying to show you it happens. It's not where you are in life, it's your attitude. And there are other people who are very wealthy, and they're only wealthy because they want to help you because they want to buy your friendship. Now that you avoid.
But then the other way around as well.
There are people who have no money and they want to
they
want your friendship. See?
Both ways.
Yeah. So the wisdom lies in going beyond the two and seeing the real. Don't get covered by the money or no money. Don't get
Yeah, no.
don't become subjective. Look at the friendly. Look at the happy. Look at the real happiness. When you're somebody really happy, be friendly. Look at the real happiness. That's what you look for. Look at the glowing face, that smile, that joy. Look for that. Okay? Because the things on the outside will distract you. They're rich or they're poor or they're this or that. Don't look at any of that. Make it simple for yourself. Look at the happy face. Then become friendly with that person. Become friendly with that person. And you will be happy too. And that is the secret. So on that note, I can see it's 7:30 already. So the first one, your homework is, I'd like you to memorize disease, dullness, doubt, all of that. All of you, even those people who are not doing the course, if you don't have the book, please, if you speak to Shanti or Kamala, they can easily type this for you and send it to you by email. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're not doing the course. Really, these sutras are vital in your life. So get them, study them, memorize them. Know them so well. So when you come across any occasion, you know exactly what to do and what to use, alright? And stick them on your wall, just memorize them. So next week we'll do the 4 locks and keys as well. I have a little booklet written that I gave a talk, but that's so old, so maybe we should make a new booklet now with the new examples.
Didn't someone do a song about it as well? In
Yes,
here?
Peter. He's disappeared, I don't know what he's
But has the song disappeared?
no, 4 locks, 4 keys. Not only that, what he did is he made a necklace.
Oh yes,
He made a gold necklace with 4 keys, gold keys, to remind him. Yeah, and then somebody else saw this at a retreat, and they also went and had one made, 4 gold keys on a golden chain, so that he will never forget.
So there was that CD I bought once we went to, where was it, Dennis
It's simple.
singing about 4
That's
locks
my
and
point,
4
exactly.
keys.
Oh, Dennis has taken it from my book.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
the
he took
CD
it.
about 4
The CD,
keys.
Ashirana CD.
Yes, yes.
I'll bring the
I like
book next week, but I don't know about any left. If I have, are there some in the center? Will you remind me? I will forget tomorrow, for sure I will. Okay, so will you pick them up and we bring them next week? Yeah? So we'll finish on that note. We'll finish with a little creative visualization on friendliness towards the happy. Alright? So that you can focus on that. Can you please sit up straight? It'll just be 1 minute, not longer, and you go home, alright? Take a slow, deep breath. And breathe out very slowly. Inhale again. Feel the cool, clean air enter every single cell in your body. And as you exhale, feel the tension leave the back of your head, the back of your neck, back of your shoulders. You can move your head from side to side if you need to. Please imagine a beautiful golden light surrounding your entire body, your aura. It's golden. It's you. It's your light. It's the divine in you. See it. See yourself as you are dressed today. What are you wearing? Look at yourself. Look at yourself. See that golden light flowing from your heart outwards, outwards, outwards. Just light. Look at your face. Are you happy? Are you happy? Is your face happy? Is your face sad? Is it worried? Is it frustrated? Is it angry? Or is it joyful? Is it happy? Are you glowing? You should be glowing. You are light. See that light in your heart. Now imagine yourself seated under the tree. And now visualize a person or something that makes you feel so happy. Anything that makes you feel so lifted and so happy. See it clearly and see it covered in light just as you are. Take your time, make the vision clear. Now as you see this instrument or this subject that is so happy, stand up. See a smile on your face. See a huge smile. And you're walking towards this wonderful, happy thing, a person. See yourself so excited, so happy. And now see yourself running. And as you run towards this object, person, you disappear, it disappears, and all that is left is rays of light. You are light. It is light. All is light. See this circle of light in your very own heart. As you would see a disc, a CD. The CD is in your heart, turning round and round. So happy, full of music. Sigh, take a deep breath. Or a smile on your lips. Make it broad. Come on, smile. Make it broad. Really smile. You can do better. You can all do better. That's it. Now give thanks for everything in your life. Everything, good or bad. It's all grace. It's all grace. It's all light. It's all light. Om Shanti. Shanti. May all be filled with peace and joy. Thank you all. Have a lovely evening. Remember your light. Don't forget it. One object. That's your homework. Choose one object this week. One. And stick to it. Try it. Stick to it. Stick to it. No matter what, good or bad, it's all divine, all right? Can you do it? Yes. Try. Try. It's fun. It's such a good exercise. It's all good. It's wonderful. You'll love it.